This is how I beat Pokemon Y2 only using Tympole. I replace Oshawott with Tympole, cause then my rival gets a Snivy, and I like little challenge, and it'll already be a challenge right now. It is a challenge right now. I already lost against the first fight in the game. That's just that's like really sad, but now it's already time for Cheren, the first gym leader. I want to say something. I'm sorry that the overlays like this, it will get fixed around Cheren, so in the mid get fixed, and but Cheren he was a pushover. His lollipop didn't do that kind of shit, didn't really do anything, but then it was already time for Roxie. And again, I just want to say something that I'm sorry that the early game is maybe like a little rushed. It wasn't originally like that, but something happened with while I was editing, so I'm sorry, but that is like maybe a little bit too fast paced, but it is what it is. And we beat Pete, but he was kind of persistent because he used protect all of the time, but I beat him after a couple of bubble beams. Next up is Burgh. He uses bug type Pokemon. His Leavanny was definitely persistent. You didn't see that many attempts I did. Next up was Chorus. I beat him fair and square, but he was just a pushover. Next up is Elesa. She was kind of annoying because she uses electric types obviously, but I was able to beat her after a couple of tries, after tanking an electric type move to the face. There were some Team Plasma grunts in Nimbasa we had to defeat. They were nothing special, just a couple of peeps there. Next up is Clay, with ground type Pokemon obviously, probably one of the best gym leaders in my opinion. He was obviously pushover, cause Tympole just washed away Clay's mons, and it just took me one attempt. See you later, Excadrill. Next up is some PvT shit. I skipped that cause they were all like level 25 and we were level 40, but in Drayden City there were some Team Plasma grunts. We had to go into a ship where there were like the base of Team Plasma. We had to defeat a couple of grunts and then we got kicked out of it. But next up is Skyla, the 6th gym leader. Her Swanna was a bane in my existence. That Swanna got some pretty rough RNG, like the air slash was just unbearable, but my Tympole was able to defeat her after like, let's say 5, 6, 7 attempts. If you're still here, make sure to like and subscribe, because after let's say if you have 13 likes, you'll do a part, I'll do the post game and try to defeat like Cynthia. I forgot to say that we got HM Surf from Cheren after we defeated those Team Plasma grunts in Driftfield. Then we finally were able to defeat Skyla. After we defeated Skyla, we hopped off the plane to Lantima's town, and then we teamed up with Bianca to go to. Then again there was this random rival fight against Hugh. He got superior at this point, so obviously we couldn't defeat him at the first try because it was random, but when I prepared myself for the fight, we just barely able to hang on and defeat Hugh just by 6 HP. Then we were headed to Lantima's town. We got caught with a little Absol, and I tried to defeat that Cobalion, but nope, I didn't want to lose my life. Then we teamed up with our rival to defeat Zenzolin of Team Plasma. He it was a pretty easy fight because it was a double battle, but since Drayden's gonna be much tougher later on. Then we ended this guy's career. I'm sorry bro, but your streak is freaking gone bro. Then it was already time for the 7th gym leader. How far we've come with our little tadpole. But this is one of the hardest gym leaders because it's Drayden with dragon types. I picked up a sludge wave and we were able to we weren't able to defeat Drayden the first time, but the second try didn't go as good. Flygon is obviously Flygon. That Dragon Tail, that Hexorus is the main problem because it's his ace obviously, but on the third attempt he kind of got lucky. We defeated that Dradicon after a few hits. Then it was time for his Flygon. His Flygon is Flygon. His Hexorus is the biggest problem, and the Dragon Tail barely knocked us out, but we got lucky and got a high roll, and that's how we defeated Drayden. Nice. Oh no! Team Plasma invaded Overlucid City! Oh freaking no! Please help! We had to battle against Zintulin of Team Plasma. That Cryogonal was so annoying because of those confused rays, but after 2 tries we defeated him and his snowflakes. We had to defeat one of those Shadow Triad, but it was a joke. After doing this we had to go to Humanoid City to defeat the last gym leader. What was the name again? That Jellicent is the main threat because he's just a water type, water ghost type, and he's hella tanky. That's when I decided to get hidden power. Tympole's hidden power is ghost, so it can hit super effectively on the Jellicent. Now it's time for Jellicent. We hit a sludge wave, got a poison, was hella chill, served it some damage, and after a few blows, but the Jellicent was persistent AF, we were able to defeat Marlon with 6 HP again. Now it's time for a ton of story, my favorite. First we had to locate the ship, which was at the cave. We had to do some stuff with those boulders. Yeah, that was Grussel. We used Chorus's device, and then we located the ship. We had to defeat some grunts in there. They were obviously a joke. We had to defeat some more grunts. It was a double battle against Vivhugh, a rival, and then we had to fight against Zinzolin again. It was a double battle, like, so now it's easier than last time. It was just a joke. Zinzolin fumbled very hard. I knocked out the superior as well. And now that ship turned into a flying ship, which was neat. Or actually they're scared of us, of our temple, our big temple. Then we had to go to the giant chasm to go and defeat them for once and for all. We saw some old grunts and new grunts fighting against each other, creating a path for us. We had to defeat some more plasma grunts. They were Trubbish as hell. But then Zinzolin, the final fight against Zinzolin, he was a joke this time again. Those confused rays were annoying, but subscribed, went through and killed, I can't say that, but he defeated Zinzolin for the last time. But now is the time to fight, the hardest fight in my opinion. Chorus. He uses steel Pokemon, which obviously have a ton of electric type moves, and the first is Magneton, which has Thunder Wave and Volt Switch, which is annoying AF. And then I got this idea, the Swag Team method. It consists of Swagger and Double Team, so I'll be basically invincible, and I hope the opponent can't hit me, doesn't hit me, hopefully. That's just basically my plan, and I'll be using that plan more in the future. Hope they don't attack exactly. I also have Bright Power to lower his accuracy even more, but after like what was 30 minutes, I finally was able to defeat him. This is how it went. Now we had to defeat all of the guys who are in the Shadow Triad, the 3 guys who kidnapped our rivals Purloin, but yeah, they just used like poniards. Just one of the easier fights in the game if you compare it to Chorus. Now it's the time to end this Team Plasma shenanigans once and for all. Yo, Ed, what's up? Bro, I miss you so much, dude. Oh my fucking god. But we have to defeat White Kyurem first. White Kyurem was the biggest pushover in the game. This when I had thoughts that's when I had second thoughts of not going for Black 2. After defeating White Kyurem, it was time to defeat Ghetsis once and for all, the second time. Basically, this Ghetsis is pretty much easier than the last one because he doesn't have that Buffalot anymore. We weren't able to defeat him at first try, but we were. Oh, sorry, SeisMan. We were able to defeat him on the third attempt. That Hydreigon is obviously his biggest threat. His Hydreigon knows Frustration, which is scary, and it has a Life Orb which boosts his attack's power. But after a few blows we were able to defeat that Hydreigon, and that Toxicroak is gone as well. Boom! And now it's finally time for the Elite Four and the champion. See you later, Anne. It was nice to know you. After making my way through Giant Chasm using Watch's strength, we went to Route 23 and we made our way through that route. There are some challenging trainers on this route, but they aren't really that worth of you know, showcasing. And now we are in Victory Road. The Ferriton was the biggest threat on Victory Road, but now it's time for the random rival fight, the last random fight against Hugh. Because it's random, I couldn't really prepare myself, so we were able to defeat him on the second round. And now it's time for the Elite Four against Chantal. Let's hope we can defeat her. She uses ghost type Pokemon, which are just neutral against us, and with a rain boosted surf we were able to take down her team pretty easily, because 50% of her team was weak to water. Next up is going to be probably, well, most likely the easiest Elite Four member of all of them. He uses Dark type Pokemon, but his Pokemon are prey frail, so just one surf is all it takes. Now it's time for Caitlyn, who I thought was the biggest threat of the Elite Four, but Tympole came through very hard, and we just swept her team. That surf did a ton of damage, more than I anticipated. Lastly is Marshall, who uses fighting type Pokemon. He's the last member of the Elite Four trained by Alder. He obviously uses fighting type Pokemon, but that Mienshao was a real problem for us. We got critted, so we couldn't defeat him the first time, so we had to get an extra attempt to defeat him. Our PP was pretty low, but then we got through that Mienshao this time, and we easily defeated the rest of his team. Now it's time against the champion of Unova, against Iris. He uses dragon types and also your Lapras. It's gonna be tough. She first used Hydreigon, and then I knew I had to use the legendary strat. The swag team is our only way out. We weren't able to defeat her because of that damn Lapras. You can see how I was struggling against her mighty Hydreigon. Can we actually pull it off? Can we actually defeat her? Stay tuned. Please draw the gun. Please don't attack me. Oh god, Aggron. We are +4 double team. +4 Aggron gone. Please. Please hit yourself in confusion. And we got a critical hit. Oh my Archeops. Oh my god, we just won. We just won. Let's freaking go. Oh, yes. Let's go. This took so long to make. Yes, we finally beat her. We finally beat Y2. only using a Tympole. Let's go guys. Make sure to like if you want to see the post game. I'll do the post game if this video gets 13 likes guys, for the post game. Then we'll try to defeat Cynthia. If we can defeat Iris, we can definitely defeat Cynthia, right? Let's freaking go. Oh my god, I'm so freaking hyped. Yes, let's go. Oh, this Tympole is cracked, bro. I'll see you guys later. Make sure to like and subscribe.